Hey.
Hey again.
How are you?
You want to talk about how you almost burned Arizona Opera down?
Oh my god. Oh my god. So like it's just a ridiculous story in its totality because it was 108 today.
That's gross.
I am currently in leggings and a thin sweater, but a long sleeve sweater. I went into work and it was so freaking cold in there that I had to turn my heater on. And it's like one of those janky, Walmart special heaters. And I freaking left it on. We're in the middle of recording. And I was like, oh shit, I left it on. And one of my friends, one of my coworkers is calling me through my do not disturb. Do you need me to run by? So I think he's going to go turn it off. So Bradley, if you're listening to this, I hope I already bought you something special because I love you. And thanks for not making it my fault that Arizona Opera is gone.
Shout out to Bradley. Oh my gosh.
But on the good note, I got to meet my coworker's sweet doggy today in the office.
Tell me everything.
Oh, she's just a baby.
Oh.
She's a sweet baby. And she was defending the stuff and just barking. And she had her little Betty. And we get to bring our animals to work.
See, this is why I am still of the mindset that you need to fix your back fence so that you can get a dog.
Oh, I know. I know. Oh my gosh. I know. I really need to. But I just can't start a new project. You know my projects. The windows and the countertops. I just need a break for a moment. And then we're going to fix and then we'll get dogs and everything will be joyous.
Fine. I'll wait, I guess.
I guess. You live literally across.
I want pictures. My boyfriend's dog doesn't even live close to me anymore. I've got to travel all the way to New Jersey to see her, which is dumb.
I know that's true. But that's still closer.
That is true.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ellen.
And my name's Alyssa.
And welcome to the Modern Singer Podcast.
So besides burning Arizona Opera down, what are you up to?
Oh, man. Just trying to gain my sanity. I, started therapy again, which is great.
Yay!
But I have, therapy and my psych appointment and my next therapy. I've just been, inundated with therapy appointments and, intakes. Mm-hmm. So I'm very excited, but I need it to kind of even out. I'm seeing my therapist because I'm a stressed out mess, and I'm a stressed out mess because I'm seeing my therapist.
We love cyclical damage.
I know. It's so great. It's very interesting. But no, it's really, really good. It's just a lot of appointments right up in the beginning. But I'm very happy to restart, and I love my therapist. And
good.
Yeah. How are you? What are you doing?
I am actually really good. So I'm still on this minimalist journey. I'm halfway through now.
Oh yeah. Tell me about it.
When we broke for so we're batch recording right now. And I went to the bathroom and I forgot that I had gone through my hall closet, which is where I keep all my gowns, and I'm letting go of a couple of them. One or two of them are going to go to the Cinderella Project for people going to prom who need dresses.
I love that.
And then some of them I'm gonna sell on Poshmark. And if you want to buy from my Poshmark, it's linked in all of my social medias.
If you need a dress.
Honestly. But I went into my bathroom and I forgot that I had hung up all of these gowns on my freaking curtain rod. And I walked in and went, why are there gowns? Oh yeah.
It's a ghost. Oh no, it's a gown.
Yeah. Well, because it's black. But, yeah, so I'm still going strong on that. I've been having to do multiple days at a time just because I get home from work so late sometimes, and it's been wild. But I also one of the sections that I did today was literally going through all of the reusable bags that I've gotten from stores and Athleta and Nike and all of these other things. And I'm like, why do I have so many? I don't need this many. So those are also getting donated, probably to a local homeless shelter or something, because they're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I just don't need 47.
I know. I need to get on this train because since we bought a house, I just have more space to put junk in.
That's how I am too.
Oh gosh, and my dad is just like, my dad lives in St. Louis and we live in Phoenix, and he just keeps being like, when are you gonna come get your junk? And I have a lot of junk at his house, and so I'm like, well, crap, I don't have any place to put my junk in my junky house, so I need to get on this train and minimalize, and I also need to just organize. Like, a lot of my stuff could be more compact if I just had a better organizational system. So
yeah, one of my favorite things that I got is I got these like little floating acrylic shelves that I put over my desk just so that I could get some of the clutter off of my desk, and so that it would actually like take up wall space, because some of it is like cute notebooks that I have that I like to look at, but I don't need them every day. So I really like those. And then I don't know if, Ellen, you can see this, but on my wall, I finally got my masks from my mom. My mom finally shipped them.
Oh, yeah.
But they're my masks from when I went to Venice
those are
the summer
beautiful.
after high school. Oh, so much noise. So I finally got those hung up. I don't know if they're in their permanent spots yet, but it's on my wall of just like my show posters and my Broadway art. And I found, going through something, I found some jewelry that my stepdad got me that is gorgeous, that I love wearing to auditions, and I hadn't seen it in a couple months, and I thought I lost it.
Oh my gosh.
Finally found that. So
Oh, that's what happens when you go through your stuff. Right?
One of the other ones was I had the cats go through, did I tell you about this? Having the cats go through all their toys with me.
No. Oh my
gosh, it was so funny.
What?
So I like literally took an hour with them, and they have so many toys. They do not need as many toys as they have. So a lot of them are going to get donated to an animal shelter, because there's a lot that they don't play with. And then we went through, like, they had like 30 mouse toys.
Oh, I bet.
And so I gathered all of their mouse toys. I put them in my hands. I threw them up in the air, looked at them after they fell, and I went, pick two.
Did they? Did they pick two?
Forte picked like 6. And I went, you can't have 7.
No.
No. I said 2. And he went, but 6. And I went, fine. Smalls, pick 2. And she picked 3. So now we're down to like 10.
Hey, well, at least you got some down, you know?
Yeah.
That's a start.
And then there's a couple of toys that they just like don't play with. And then they were pouting.
Aww.
It was so funny.
Sweet babies.
And then there were a couple of toys where they're like, what the fuck is that?
Mom.
But then I took out some of their favorites, like their avocado toy, and they just kept playing with that. And I'm like, no, we need to focus.
Avocado staying. Avocado is staying.
There is no risk of avocado leaving. I promise. There are 2. One for each of you so that you stop fighting.
Oh, I love that, though. That's really sweet.
Yeah, so that was
Sweet
fun.
babies.
And we all got to play for a little bit, but now I don't have an overwhelming pile of cat toys. Yeah, I went through my TBR shelf, so I got rid of some books.
Nice. I went through my stickers. Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Okay. So
That's hard.
This wasn't like a planned thing, but, let me reiterate what I didn't go through them. I organized them. They were just all in a manila folder. I like stickers. I like them. And I didn't know it was like a problem or something I was collecting until like 6 months ago. And like the mini manila folder is like bursting. I was like, holy shit, I guess I'm a sticker collector now. And I bought those.
We need to get you like a sticker book so that you can actually like look at them.
This is exactly what I just did. So I have a lot of binders from singing for 500 years and that don't have anything in them anymore. And so I bought the little baseball card sheet protectors and the photo sheet protectors, because some of them are big, and I put them all in there. This is something I'll have to take a photo of and show you.
I need you to go get
fabulous.
it just so that I can see it, honestly.
Oh, wait, actually I might have it in this room. Okay, hold on.
Oh my God.
I might actually. Oh,
Why is it in your bedroom?
Okay, so it's just like my black folder, like a black singing folder that I've had for 500 years.
Oh, that's so fun. Why did you keep the Apple stickers?
Oh, I mean, because they're stickers.
Oh my
I
God.
have so many. It's like a local
I like
artist
those puppy
bench.
ones.
I know. My friend gave me those.
I'm really mad that I lost my Sasquatch sticker when I had to fix my computer. It was Sasquatch with like a gorgeous constellation in it. These are so fun.
That was a sad one. And aren't these cool?
Yeah.
So I've tried to organize them by what they are, but that was really hard.
I love this.
These are my COVID stickers. My friend made a bunch of COVID stickers. Just my equal rights stickers. And, I have a bunch of Bob's, all my voted stickers. Yes, I kept those.
Good for you.
I go to breweries now and just ask them for stickers. And sometimes they give them to you for free, but sometimes they cost money. But they're like $2, you know.
Oh, the Tombstone one. I love that brewery.
Oh, yeah. I got that at your mom's wedding. I got those at your mom's
I didn't
wedding.
even notice you asked for a sticker.
And I was like, can I have stickers? I collect them. If you tell them,
Hello,
you
I would
collect
like a
them.
sticker. I mean, it was kind of also like when I went up to them and went, hi, do you have something stronger than what's being given? They went, what do you want? And I went, please, gin. And they went, okay, but you can't tell
We don't
anyone.
have
I went,
gin.
thank God.
They're like, we don't have gin.
And I'm
Like,
over here
"But I
going,
have
look,
gin."
you can charge my parents. It's my parents' wedding. I need something stronger to deal with them and their friends. They went, please don't tell anyone. And I'm like, that is not a risk.
Yeah, like they were like, we don't do gin. And they told you. And then you go up and you're like, I need gin. And they're like, okay, don't tell anyone. I'm like, oh, bro. Like, you lied to me?
I also had a very low-cut dress on.
That's facts.
Plus, the drinks they chose were kind of gross. So
What did they choose? I don't remember what they chose.
it was something grape, and I hate the flavor of grape.
I don't remember that.
Grape and orange, because it tastes like... It's because Bert ordered it for me. Bert, I love you, but also fuck off. I've known him since I was, like,
Oh my
literally
God.
14.
I almost just spit out my water.
You met Bert. He's hilarious.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay, so what are we actually talking about today? So last week we talked all about figuring out what yaps are right for you, what yaps are. This week we're talking about preparing for an audition tour.
Woo.
So diving right in, because otherwise I'm just gonna go on a tangent about my mom's wedding again.
Oh my gosh.
So you've already, you read this one. I've been talking for forever.
Only about your mom's wedding.
I'll read the part in bold.
Okay. You've already submitted all your pre-screens and put everything into your audition tracker. So now let's prep for auditions themselves.
If you haven't already, grab your digital copy of our audition tracker from our Etsy shop right now. It's there for you.
Do it.
The end. So let's start with your audition materials. Your resumes, rep lists, and sheet music. Get it all together in a binder. If you don't have these things, you can definitely check out our branding workbook, which is also in our Etsy shop, to really get yourself set up. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely
we spent so long putting this one together, the two of us. It's our baby. I love this one.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely my favorite thing that we have in our shop. And it may sound a little weird. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but it may sound a little weird making yourself a brand, but that is what you are. That's why companies succeed, and that's why you'll succeed. So definitely go check it out. The links for it are in the show notes.
If you need a reminder about organizing your audition binder, you can go back and listen to episode 17 where we talk all about it.
The next thing that you're going to pack past your audition materials is what you're wearing. Very important. Are you wearing a suit? Are you wearing a dress? Are you wearing a romper, a jumpsuit? What fits you as a human and what fits the character that you're trying to perceive? Make sure it's something comfortable but cute. Make sure you bring some comfortable shoes. Trust me, you're definitely going to need them. And definitely make sure not only are your audition shoes comfortable, but bring an extra pair of extremely, extremely comfortable, almost orthopedic, very comfy walking shoes with you. You definitely want to make sure that you have something comfortable. You're going to be walking a lot. You're going to be on your feet a lot. You don't need to, hurt an ankle or...
Definitely don't walk the streets of New York in heels. As someone who made the stupid decision recently to do that,
God, please
it's
don't.
a bad idea. There are too many
It
grates. There's grates.
Oh my
Wear
God,
comfortable
look at the
shoes.
Yes, please.
Just be the commuter who is wearing an audition outfit with sneakers. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Honestly, just remember, if you're wearing snow boots, remember to grab your audition shoes.
Oh my God, please God, yeah, please do not.
That was
forget
you,
your
right?
audition shoes. No, that was not me. Oh,
Who told me that
no,
story?
Thank God it wasn't me.
Someone told me a story where they were literally at their audition and they forgot because they thought they were in their bag and they didn't double check. So they got to the audition and went,
No.
oh shit. So they could either perform barefoot or in their snow boots. So they looked at the auditor and the auditor was DMing with the panel, and they DM'd them and went, hey, the next person forgot their shoes. Is it okay if they sing barefoot? And they went, I mean, no, there's shit on the floor. So they went, cool, you're singing in your snow boots.
Oh
And honestly, it must have been a mezzo who told me, because they went, yeah, I mean, it was kind of in character. It was kind of nice.
Oh my God. I would have a panic attack. But the nice thing about that is they won't forget you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's so memorable. You're memorable now. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah, do not forget to pack your shoes and make sure you pack a comfortable pair, because audition days are all about self-care, and you don't want your feet hurting all day while you're trying to focus on 4 million other things.
Especially if you've got multiple auditions in the day that are like spread out across the city. Like, oh my God, don't even try. So next up, speaking of forgetting things, let's talk audition bag essentials. Maybe bring a book or something to pass the time, especially if things go over. Sometimes people are way behind schedule. You need something to do that doesn't involve talking, gossiping, or being too loud and having the monitor keep telling you to shut up.
Yeah, don't be that person.
Don't be that person. Other things to remember to toss in your audition bag are water, cough drops or hard candy, hairpins, maybe a brush. Definitely don't pack hairspray, or at least don't bring it out of your bag unless you're outside. No one wants to breathe it in before they walk into the audition room.
Same with perfume. If you're going to wear perfume, I advise against it, because you don't want the panel or anybody to be coughing on your perfume. But if you are putting on perfume, do not spray it in the audition space and the waiting room or anything like that. You don't want to upset a whole room of nervous singers.
Next, just make sure that you pack anything else that you might need during the day if you're not going back to wherever you're staying. I know, living in the city, sometimes I go to an audition and then work, and then I go back to another audition or a callback. So sometimes I have to pack like a whole day of things into one bag. So speaking of audition bags and travel essentials, Ellen and I broke down what it is we carry and where it goes with us. So Ellen, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Oh yeah, I'll go first. So my bag is a large Vera tote. It's black, and I took, I guess I don't sing professionally more, but I took the same one every single time, because it not only had 2 pockets on the outside, one was a zippy, so it was secure, but it had, the whole inside was lined, and it was massive. So I didn't have to, search at the bottom of my bag for all of my audition essentials. They were put into little pockets or into little smaller pouches inside my bag. I feel like that saved me a lot of time.
Smaller pouches.
Oh God, pouches, inside pouches, inside pouches.
That's too far.
Whew.
It's fine on Google Drive.
It's fine on Google Drive, Ellen. You're a little too many pouches. But it did help me find the stuff that I needed quickly. I didn't have to stress about it. And I can pack those things separately and then just throw them in the bag. Obviously, my music binder, do not forget that. I always brought my computer, because I always had downtime. No matter how much I tried to book my gigs or my auditions back to back, or, within just a short period of time, I always had a lot of downtime. So I always packed my computer so I could either do work or even just watch shows on Netflix, relax and chill out a little bit. I am a stinky human, so I always had deodorant with me. I had multiple water bottles because I'm a nervous drinker. When I'm nervous, my mouth feels dry, and it's just like a reaction. So I always brought extra water, sometimes like a Gatorade or a liquid IV, or like something like that can give you a little extra boost, or I don't know, just a little more hydration. So many snacks. I am a snacky human. And I also reward myself. So if I had an audition, I want to eat something. I want to eat chocolate. I want to make myself instant reward, since, singing isn't always an instant, auditioning, I guess I should say, is not always an instant reward.
Sometimes you just never hear back from them.
Yep. And sometimes you feel shitty about yourself or unsure. And so I not only have all the yummy snacks, but I have lots of chocolate and stuff like that. Oh God, what else? Headphones, because I need to drown everybody out and think about myself. Or like if I'm watching Netflix or something, I need headphones if I'm in a cafe. Extra makeup and blotting sheets when you're walking around New York, or literally wherever. If I'm auditioning out here in Arizona, it's hot as shit. Or if I'm walking 15 miles in New York, I'm sweaty, and all of my makeup that I put on previously is probably melty. I need to touch up a little bit. I need to blot. Chapstick. I love chapstick, or lip gloss if you're a lip gloss person. I like my chapstick. Oh God, what am I missing? Other thing, what do you have in your audition bag?
So I went through what is currently in my bag. I use a backpack with a tech sleeve from Target so that I can put my laptop and my iPad in there without them getting damaged. So I always carry my backpack just because I have scoliosis, I have back issues, and I need the weight distributed on both shoulders because I carry this stuff with me almost every day for work and dance class and any like auditions that I'm doing. So I've always got my giant water bottle. Sometimes I'll carry healthy snacks like fruit and a DIY trail mix or protein bars. Sometimes it's not so healthy.
I love that you have healthy.
I do try to carry healthy snacks with me, especially on audition days, just so that I don't feel like crap physically going into a rehearsal or an audition. Usually like if I have a long day, I'm packing a lunchbox and that is with me as well. If I know that it's going to be a really crazy day, I'll pack some extra vitamins like my ritual vitamins or a turmeric pill or two to help with inflammation. I always have a good book or my Kindle with me. I use my Kindle app on my phone a lot too. I also always make sure that I have my portable charger and then cables for my phone, my watch, my iPad, and my computer if they're with me, and a little cube so that I can plug them into the wall because I am a tech fiend and I will go through everything. I always have my glasses just in case. I always have headphones. And then if it's an audition or rehearsal day, I will have my travel makeup bag just so that I can do touch-ups, especially with lash glue if I'm wearing those. And then I also have my nail file because if I ever forget my nail file, it's always the day that I break a nail every time.
Oof.
Every time. So I just permanently carry one with me now. And then I've got my travel hairbrush, some bobby pins, and a dry shampoo that is non-aerosol so that I can just put it in, give it a zhuzh, and go.
That's smart.
It's also really nice if I have to fly because TSA won't flag me. I always have a reusable makeup wipe and a small little thing of face moisturizer just in case like it's a really gross day out or I just need to take my makeup off. It's the end of the day. I'm going home and I do not care. Right now I also have a spare mask and a couple of tampons in my bag because
Essentials.
you know what? Sometimes you just got to be a good person and give another girl a tampon or another human who has a uterus a tampon, or sometimes you need it. You never know. And then just having that spare mask because I work at a hot yoga studio and sometimes I just need an extra mask at the end of the day. Other things I like to carry with me are lemon and honey cough drops. They're from Trader Joe's. They're non-menthol and they don't have eucalyptus, so they don't have that numbing effect. Those stay at home for when I need it. And then I always have a thing of hand sanitizer and a little packet of wet wipes in my bag because it's New York and things are gross. And then
because you need them.
always carry a thing of hand lotion on me. I have super dry hands. If you've ever met me, I hate it, but here we are. And then I usually carry a couple packets of either Liquid IV or Pedialyte just for a quick boost of blood sugar and hydration. And because they're super easy to carry, they're not much bigger than like a marker. So I always keep a couple in my bag just in case. And again, because I work at a hot yoga studio, sometimes my blood sugar just drops and I need it. I always carry an umbrella because I do not trust East Coast weather. And then also in my bag, I have deodorant because I am also a sweaty human, a reusable bag that folds up nice and small to carry, like if I'm wearing an extra pair of shoes or something, or honestly, if I really just don't feel like putting everything back in my bag, it just goes in my little reusable bag and I put it on my shoulder. And then I always have my medical bag, which is a little pouch that is see-through so that people can see what's in it. And that holds my EpiPens, my inhaler, some Benadryl, a couple of Advil packets just in case, Band-Aids, eye drops, and a spare chapstick. And then on audition days specifically, I carry a couple of crystals and other good luck charms, like a ring from my mom that I'll usually wear to auditions. Just like my little feel-good comfort things that bring me some joy.
I love that. I have a necklace from my mom that she gave me, and it just means so much to me. And I usually wear that when I have like a speech that I have to do or an audition or something that I need a little extra strength. I think that's kind of underrated. We don't talk about that a lot when we're talking about things that we need for our jobs, but it's like, the lucky pair of underwear or the little, you know what I mean? Like those old tropes, but
yeah.
it really does make a lot. It makes a huge difference and gives you that little extra confidence boost.
And you know what? Sometimes that's all you need, or just a physical reminder that someone is out there that cares about you. and that loves you while you're in an audition, because those can be really, really nerve-wracking.
Oh yeah, big time.
And then when I'm personally auditioning out of town, I do have some travel bag essentials, which is also for when I go out of town for any gigs. I always bring a comfy pair of PJs, a pair of fuzzy socks, because I am so about comfort and loungewear.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'll bring an eye mask to make sure that I can sleep through the night, a journal. I always bring a deep moisturizing face mask or a cream because my skin, again, is very dry no matter where I go. My reusable utensils to avoid any single-use plastic waste is something that I've really had a great time having with me, and I use them all the time in New York when I have to eat out. Everyone's like, do you need a fork? And I say, no, I don't. I have one.
Get man.
Thank you. In the winter, if I was traveling for auditions, back when I was coming from Boston to New York, I would travel with my personal steamer, as well as pre-COVID, my, oh God, what's it called? It was that mask that you wear.
Humidifier?
Yeah, the humidifier. And then I will also travel with a yoga mat towel if I'm going to be traveling for more than a day or two, so that I can flow without having to bring a whole mat with me, because it is such a big part of my life right now. Or knowing that because I work at a corporate yoga company, I work at Core Power, and I have free access with my job to every single Core Power across the country. So like if I'm in Arizona, I can go take a class. If I'm in Boston, it doesn't matter where I am traveling for work, I can take a class, which is very, very nice, just like for me mentally. And then I will also always bring, I've got two. I've got a double ball. It's a PT ball. So it's a double ball that is a roller. It's a little harder. Or I've got a red spiky ball. So I always bring at least one of my PT balls to roll up my feet and my back after a long day of walking and wearing heels. It's been such a game changer for just how I physically feel, because I'm getting old and creaky from all of my dance injuries from when I was in like 8th grade.
I love that. I love the ball, the PT ball rollout. That was something I don't bring with me when I travel. I think I'm gonna have to add that to my. It's so good. That sounds perfect, because I have a massager.
Like even if I'm not traveling for work, I have to.
I have a massager that I use when I'm at home, and I think that would be really great to add to my. I think I'm gonna steal that one. I love my portable humidifier. I found one like a
I've got like that
one.
Personal steamer is what I was talking about.
Mine, I like. I've never tried a personal steamer personally. Mine is just like a little tiny humidifier, and I can put it next to my bed. It's cold steam. I love that thing. I'm also a fuzzy socks person, but depending on where you're staying, slippers might be nice too. You might be sharing, a place with other humans. And then breakfast. I always bring easy breakfast, especially if I'm in the city, or in a city I don't know, I guess, rather, because let's just say New York. If I'm going to New York, I don't know New York very well. I don't want to get ready and go walk somewhere random to go get breakfast somewhere random. I might just want a quick oatmeal or a Belvita or, a quick breakfast, something, so I don't have to waste a lot of time in the morning eating. And also I do eat, and I'm not like cranky or, low blood sugar. Those are some other things that I have in my bag. And make sure that you get your travel packing list as this month's newsletter freebie. Sign up for our newsletter. The links are in the show notes. It's super quick. It's super easy. You get all our information before everybody else, all of our sales. So definitely check that out and download our travel packing list.
So now that you've packed everything, let's talk about booking your travel and your stay if you're auditioning in a city that you don't currently live in. So some options for travel are Megabus, which is, I hate it. I hate it so much. I got abandoned on the side of a road one time. Like, Megabus has its wins because honestly, it was the most affordable way for me personally to get from Boston to New York. But I had to make sure that I had at least 8 hours booked out for it, even though it's a 4-hour drive. Because there was one time when we were driving in. Luckily, my audition wasn't until like 7 o'clock that night, and my bus was theoretically supposed to get there at 2. But we were halfway there. They pulled off to a rest stop. The driver just announced, "Hey, I'm off the clock for the day. The next driver will be here eventually," and left us all on the side of the road.
Excuse me?
Like, everyone who had their luggage in the bottom of the bus couldn't get access to it. They just left. So beware Megabus, but like it is a good option. But I will say, at least from Boston to New York, the Megabus always took 6 hours because they go under the speed limit because it's so tall. Other options are trains, which is my favorite. I love trains. Or an airplane if it's further.
Trains you can like work on. You
Exactly.
Can
I love
get up
trains.
from the bathroom. You can. It's
my favorite mode of transportation.
Eat. Oh, I love trains too. Side tangent on trains.
Other options, if it's a little bit further, is an airplane, obviously, or driving there yourself. For overnight stays, if you're coming in for an early audition the next day, or if you just have a couple of audition days in a row, you can stay with a friend so that you can save some cash, or you can group up with some friends to book an Airbnb or a hotel so that you can cut down on your spending. Just remember, with couch crashing, it can be very draining physically. So just make sure that you get the sleep that you can before and after, and always make sure to say thank you to your friends who are letting you crash with them.
I always got a small little gift, mostly like just like a little candle or a cheap bottle of wine to say thank you, because it is a lot on people. I mean, if you've ever had anybody stay with you, it's a lot, and you're stressed, you're moving around a lot. It's more than just a friend coming and staying with you. Another way to save money is to travel with other people. You know, if you live in the same city as other singers that you are friends with and they want to do some auditioning to the same places, see if you can align your audition dates. Drive up there together, travel there together. That'll cut down on gas, on, you know, using multiple vehicles. You can go in together on an Airbnb, like Alyssa said, or a hotel. That'll also cut down costs. Just, you know, keep those things in mind as well.
What was that other thing that you were just talking about?
Oh, yeah. It's called the Music and Mentoring House. I don't know if it's still open. I was just Googling it. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I should mention it. Cut all this out, please.
Okay.
Another great thing to look for are boarding houses, specifically for singers. I know when I traveled to New York, I stayed at this amazing place called the Music and Mentoring House. Definitely check into them. Lauren Flanagan, if you know that name, she is a fabulous human. She would open up her house to traveling singers. You can stay there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
She would cook you meals. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. She'd cook you meals, offer coachings. She has a lot of music. She's had a fabulous career, so she has a lot of music, a lot of great connections, beautiful pianos in her home, and you could stay there for very cheap. Like I said, it has food included.
I hope that it made it through COVID. I definitely need to check into that.
I know. I need to look up the Music and Mentoring House again, because it was a great place. I was able to afford traveling to New York and staying there for a week or two. Now everything is so spread out. You remember back in the day when everything was like all in 2 weeks?
Oh my God, yeah. That was the worst 2 weeks ever because it was also finals in grad school.
Oh my gosh, I know it was, but it was I was able to do a lot of auditions in a small period of time. Now everything is so spread out. You kind of, you know, it's harder to travel there every time if you don't live in the city, or if they don't offer other cities that you can travel to. But being able to stay at a place like the Music and Mentoring House, I was surrounded by music all the time. I was surrounded by other singers. I could walk or take transit with other singers to, you know, Ripley Greer or wherever I was going. And it was a really great experience. So definitely check out places like that too. I'm sure there are other places than just the Music and Mentoring House that are out there that, you know, are basically just boarding houses for musicians.
I love that. Lastly, don't just work if you're traveling to a new city. Go explore and have fun. We're going to talk about New York things a little bit more next week, but you can see a show, which is, fun fact, a tax deduction.
Ooh, that is a fun fact.
You can go to dinner with friends, maybe even go to a new exercise class if you've been dying to try one in a new city. I know when my sister came to New York with me, we went to SLT because she's a Pilates teacher and she really wanted to take that, so we went to that together. And just remember that your life is more than just auditions. Auditioning is part of our jobs, but it is not who we are as people.
This is really important and something that I don't think it's talked about very often, because when I would go travel for audition season, mostly to New York or Chicago is mostly where I auditioned. I would travel, I would go ham for like 3 to 5 days, just crammed as many as I can in. And like we said, it's not really like that anymore. They spread them out, pros and cons to both. But I wouldn't explore. I wouldn't have fun. I wouldn't see anybody. And I hated New York. I mean, for years, I absolutely hated New York because I associated New York with grinding, with killing myself, with spending a shit ton of money and, not getting a lot of auditions. I mean, that's just the name of the game, right? You go and you sing and you're not booking every audition that you sing at. So I hated New York for so many years. And the last 2 audition tours that I did in New York, I booked in some time to just hang, to go see the big Christmas tree, go look in the windows with all the holiday and all the lights and stuff like that. And I had so much fun, way more fun. And I sang better because I was less stressed and I was just having a good time.
Do you remember, I think it was audition season, it was like Christmas 2018, where it was actually the first time we met in person. And I literally bumped into you at a Starbucks. And I looked over and went, Ellen? Hello?
This is literally what happened. She was at her computer.
It was the first time we ever met each other in real life.
But we'd been working together for a
year.
So long. She looks up from her computer. Ellen? Alyssa? Oh my God.
We just happened to sit down next to each other at the Starbucks. I love it's one of my favorite things about New York is you can always bump into someone that you know. But I will say I was really excited about New York. I've always loved the city. And I think a big part of what I still enjoy about auditions is whenever I toured in from Boston to New York for an audition, I always made sure that I was booking a show to go see before I left. So that was my thing that I did to treat myself. I still do it. I go to shows by myself all the time. I love it. It's my favorite thing. I just get to sit there. And now I have a mask on, so no one can tell that I'm mouthing along to all the words.
Oh my gosh. What a pro to wearing a mask.
I love it. It's great.
Mouth all the words. Yeah, my favorite thing to do in New York, I always made sure was going out to drinks with friends. I have a lot of friends in New York that I never really see outside of audition season. And I would always make sure that we go somewhere super touristy and get a drink and then go somewhere super, I wouldn't know this unless I was a New York local and get a drink and just experience
the speakeasies. I love the new speakeasies that are all out and popping up around the city right now. Or when my brother was here, we did a hole-in-the-wall Korean barbecue place that I still think about. And I don't even know where it is. I know it's somewhere in Midtown between... Oh God, I think it's between 52nd and 48th. It was within walking distance of the Marriott Theater. I still think about it. It was so good.
Yum.
I still think about it. It was so good. The last thing you need to do before you go on tour, just to take a little bit more stress out of your day, research the city you're going to and figure out how you're going to get around. In New York City, public transit is going to be the cheapest option, but if you're driving into the city, you can actually book a parking spot for the day ahead of time and save some cash. We used to do it all the time when some people in my class in grad school and we would all carpool in, book our parking spot, and then go out for the day. Sometimes we would be together for the day. Sometimes we would just meet at the end of the day for dinner and then go back to our car. But it's definitely a great option. For Chicago, public transit and the L train and buses are going to be the best option. I've got family who lives there, so I double checked and they went, yes, it is the quickest option. Also be careful at night because sometimes Chicago is dangerous. And I'm over here going, so is fucking New York, but whatever. Just be aware of your surroundings wherever you are.
Sometimes, and if you can afford it, and depending on where you're going, an Uber or a cab is also a good option in Chicago. Just take a look and see what you feel safest on, what time of day it is, as well as the price.
In Boston, the cheapest option is the MBTA, the train system. If you're on the Green Line, it's going to be slow as shit.
So book in some extra time for that one?
Yes, definitely book in some extra time if you're in Boston on public transit. Honestly, New York Transit runs better than Boston Transit, and it doesn't run that well in New York. But I think, honestly, Boston is so close that if you have to, you can get an Uber or a Lyft because Boston's a baby big city in my mind, and everything's pretty close together in Boston proper. So you should be good.
LA, cab or a car if you're driving in, since everything is so spread out, is an absolute must. If you are driving in, you can also book a parking spot ahead of time. Google it. I'm sure there's an app out there as well, like LA parking spots.
Yeah, because I have the one for, you keep talking. I'm going to find the one for New York and I'll just pop it in.
It's really hard to find parking, so definitely take a look at those parking spots, those parking garages, parking lots that you can reserve stuff like that ahead of time so that you can take all of the stress and worry out. But that is something that you can do. Car or cab is really the way to go, or Uber or Lyft, depending on what's cheapest. Houston is the same. It is super, super spread out. So a bus system or car, cab, Uber, or Lyft is probably your best bet as well. And then same with Dallas, Fort Worth, car, cab. It is, all of these cities are so, so spread out. So you're definitely going to want to be able to take a car or a cab, Uber or Lyft. But at least with Dallas, there is a grid system.
Yes.
So you won't get lost. You can figure out where you are very quickly. It's a lovely thing.
Okay, so I have these apps for you. If you're looking to drive, I mean, obviously do your own Google search. I don't drive, so take this with a grain of salt. But the one for New York is Park NYC and Park Mobile. And then the one for LA is Parkwiz and Spot Angels.
Perfect.
Why does Universal Studios come up for that? That's not parking. And the Mario Kart tour.
Oh my God.
Oh, the App Store.
Let's go. Yeah, getting these apps ahead of time or planning out your route ahead of time, whether it be with transit or driving or anything like that, will really help you. It'll not only help you save time and stress trying to figure it out at the time that you're trying to travel, but also you can figure out how long it'll take you, what time you need to leave, if you need to leave yourself some extra time, if it's, 3 hours to get from point A to point B when you're in LA during rush hour and not during rush hour, it's only an hour. You're definitely going to want to know that so you don't miss your audition. So definitely download these apps and take a look at, where you're coming from and going to ahead of time.
Remember that Google Maps is your friend.
Oh my God. You need to put that on your face. Google Maps is your friend.
I love Google Maps. So next week, friends, we are going to talk all things about how to succeed on your New York City audition tour. I am super excited. I've put a lot of effort into this. I did a bunch of research on the train system for you so that you always know where you're going. We're going to talk all things New York City next week from 2 seasoned sopranos on their audition tour.
Seasoned sopranos. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You're definitely not going to want to miss this one, you guys. It's a lot of resources that will just save you time and, like I always say, set you up for success.
Sometimes you say it, but it doesn't always come out clearly.
Set you up for success. Sometimes I mean it, but it doesn't happen. Thank you so much for listening. Are you interested in growing your singing career but not really sure where to start? Sign up for our newsletter to gain access to all of our freebies.
Ellen and I want to make sure that we can keep getting new information out to our singing community, but to do that, we need your help. If you want to keep Modern Singer going, we would love the support. Even $1 will help. You can donate to us on PayPal and through the Drop a Tip link on all of our platforms.
Looking for the resources we mentioned today? Everything is linked in the show notes.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. It really helps the show out. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Why did I start talking like a mezzo?
Oh my gosh, I'm so tired that I'm like just talking on my vocal cords. I'm like, everyone listening is probably like, ah!
Shut up.